So recently I watched a video of all the #1 songs in Sweden in the 1980s, and it was pretty cool. It was interesting to see the journey, how music changed throughout the 80s, what was popular in Sweden. A lot of Swedish songs, a lot of international songs, and yeah, I'm going to do the same today for the 90s. That is more my time period when I was growing up, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure I'll recognise a lot of the songs here. Sorry if I keep saying I know that song or blah blah, all that nonsense, but yeah, looking forward to seeing what was popular in Sweden. I was surprised about how many British artists were popular in Sweden in the 80s, so look to see if that trend continues in the 90s. You can tell me what your favourite year was in the 90s for music. What's your favourite song? If there's any good songs from Sweden, good Swedish songs from the 90s that are not on this video, please tell me as well and maybe check out some of them. Let's watch all the #1 songs of the 90s. Never heard of that before actually. This is a classic. Great song. Okay, so I think that's the first Swedish one so far, Nicholas Stromstedt. Tell me more about him. Is this a one-off? Is he well known in Sweden? See if we can see some more. #1 for 7 weeks, MC Hammer. So popular everywhere. No Coke. Is that a drink or something else? Einbusk singers, Jag måtte Lassie. Lassie? Is that like Lassie the dog that was a TV show or not? So this was the Christmas #1 in Sweden in 1990. Kind of got, I don't know, I'm getting ABBA vibes type thing. Is that fair to say? What kind of artists, what kind of music is this? Just pop music? I've never heard of them. Guess they were probably popular in Sweden as well. Oh yeah man, that's a nice song. Oh, this too man, great song. Yeah, I've seen in the 80s, Roxette. I mean tell me how big Roxette were, man. I've seen them in previous videos. Seem to have a lot of fans as well. What was your favourite song? Maybe I'll do a compilation of their best songs or something, react to some of them. There's another iconic song. #1, 13 weeks. I think it was the same in the UK as well, man. That song was just #1 for so long. Oh yeah. Yeah, tell me about if KLF were popular in Sweden as well, man. Again, that's such an interesting group as well. Classic songs, but obviously they were not around for so long. But good to see they got some popularity at this time, at least in Sweden. Yeah, the thing about this song is I was a really young child at the time. This song actually used to give me nightmares, man. I remember seeing this in one of my parents' friends' house, and there was the character here, man. It was just so creepy. This one you can't see the face of, but I thought it was some monster or something, and this actually creeped me out for a long time. That song. Erasure, they're not like British actually, but that's like obviously a cover of a Swedish song as well. Number 1 for 13 weeks. It's a bit of a parody of ABBA as well. Like, what do you think about that? Like, it's crazy. That's probably the longest I've seen so far, man. So obviously it was successful. Yeah, man, I didn't know who that was. E17, man, yes, E17, another one, man. I used to like that when I was a child as well, man. Like, they had some good songs. I was actually listening to some of their music recently just for like some nostalgia, but yeah, again, that's another British group. Number 1 for 6 weeks as well. And they had a lot of songs. It'll be interesting to see if any of the other songs went to number 1 as well. Tell me if you know of E17. Erasure or more classic old school dance song. Oh yes, I used to play this in my student union over the time, man. Another British group. It's another song I've not thought about for years. Yeah, a lot of these songs I've not really thought about for a long time, man. It's like in my brain somewhere, man. I've heard these like songs. I know they're popular and I know they're in there, but I would never have known the name. So this is actually bringing back like a lot of memories. I'll probably need to go on like a marathon, go through some of these songs and listen to them actually. There was some great songs. I mean, this is just great song after great song, man. Like again, like this nostalgia is definitely hitting here, man. Like that's a solid run of like good music there, man. Yes. So I guess this is for World Cup '94 in the USA. Narvigrava Guld i USA. And I mean, I don't know if this is like an official like World Cup song. Like in the UK they used to have a lot for all the World Cups and Euros where the football team would be singing with some pop star or something like that. I don't know if this is a similar thing. Do they still make these sort of songs for like international football tournaments for Sweden? They're from Scotland, from Glasgow. Yeah, and on one of the previous videos I found out like they're from Sweden. That one just like, I mean, that shocked me as well, but very cool to know. Well, they got a formula and went with it. Like, Sweden was raving during the 90's and rocking, clearly. Yeah, this list, there's not as many Swedish artists. They're just, and it's like the last one, it was more like the start of the decade and the end was a lot of Swedish and then more international in the middle. This one, there's like Swedish artists like spurts, like like just pop throughout the decade. So I guess that makes it even like better. Like they must have been very, very popular because there's a lot more international acts on this one. A lot of great international music, but number one for 9 weeks. That must have been a huge song. Okay, so I guess this is like they've seen the popularity of Rednecks and Cotton Eye Joe and wanted to do their own version, something like that. Drangarna got to number one, but so it must have been enjoyed. That sounds like could be quite a nice song to listen to actually. A lot of Swedish songs in 1995, number one. The longest number one so far, 13 weeks, man. All the way from October to January. Christmas number one in 1995, Gangsta's Paradise. A gangsta Christmas, I love it. And another thing about my student union, I seen Coolio play, man, at my university student union, Strathclyde University in Glasgow. I've seen Coolio live, man, near the end of his career. I remember this song as well, on Zoe's Space, man. Oh man, brilliant song, beautiful. Sky and all that I can see is just another lemon tree. The 90s was absolutely stacked with good music, man. It's got to be one of the best. I've never heard of this group. Are they Swedish? E-Type? Nice. Number one for 6 weeks as well. Gotta say, man, Swedish people have got good taste in music, man. This is like so much good music. The Prodigy at number one for 6 weeks. Good choice. Is that like a Swedish Hanson or Swedish boy band? Something like that? Summer number one. There's Hanson there, speaking of them. So that other group preceded Hanson. Maybe Hanson stole their style. Were Aqua not from Scandinavia somewhere? They Danish, something like that. Obviously, I mean, they had a lot of big songs as well, like You've lived your life like a candle in the wind. I forgot, like 1997, so you got a song for the death of Notorious B.I.G. and a song for the death of Princess Diana, both big number ones. That's quite strange. Do you get many songs that go to number one these days for people dying? When was the last time? I can't really think of any. I don't remember any of their other songs apart from That was number one in the UK for a long time as well. Or this one too. Never heard of them. Was that for the World Cup 98 actually as well? What was that? Oh, E-Type. I've literally never heard of this group. I've not heard any of the songs before either, but they seem to have had like a lot of consistency in the Swedish charts. Tell me more about them if you know. Quite a lot of interesting Swedish artists. The Venga Boys were very big in the UK as well. Yeah, like that's one group I remember as well. Like I know they're Swedish and it's like something related to ABBA because they were popular in the UK as well. Like when I was at like I think it's like high school or something like that. But yeah, at that time it wasn't my type of music for sure, man. But it's one of those songs like you're not going to tell anybody. You're like it's good, but you're like that's a bit catchy, that sort of thing. 18's. A little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the show. This one as well, Marculio. That's the second time I've seen them, and that's a lot of the number one song in the year 2000, Marculio. I mean Millennium too, I guess that's what it's for. But yeah, brilliant list. Again, good mixture of Swedish and international acts. So much good music in the 90s, man. I don't know do you agree with that or not? Maybe it's just my own opinion. Nostalgia's hitting, so it's like it's all good to me. Yeah, a lot of like interesting Swedish artists need to like learn more about the Swedish music scene, and I mean all time, but 90s would be quite interesting to know more. So like were Ace of Base not in the 90s? I remember seeing them on that previous video before, but were they not number one in the 90s at all? I don't know. But yeah, tell me what you think about this list. What's your favourite song from it? Thanks.